another episode of On the Back Cast. My name is Sandro, and as always, Zach, Girl, and Chris. I say join with me like I'm like the dude. Like, I'm not the dude. They're just with me. Here with me.
You're the best ad-libber of the group.
Y'all just don't want to do it.
I tried one time, and I got told no.
I didn't tell you no.
Wasn't good enough.
I didn't say
wasn't proficient.
I just assumed that since you pay for our podcast platform that you'd be the main host. So, you know.
Literally.
It just needed to get done, so I did it.
I pay for the editing, and
well, I mean, Will's got editing software too, so both of you guys do stuff, and then
Zach is the coattail grabber. That's what he is.
You know what?
Zach's the eye candy. He's here. He's the one that's all the ladies watching.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Look at him. They didn't call him sideburns in college for nothing.
Oh my!
Players, watch your ladies. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I was fine until the snide remarks. This is 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
That first one was not a snide comment. I was just trying to help you out, man. That's all it was.
Mr. Over here.
You pointing at Will on my screen.
So I was like,
whichever side he's on your screen. He's on my screen. He's right there.
Like everybody at home's like, where did Will do?
Will's like,
Or if you end up in the corner, like, who's he pointing at? I'm screaming. Oh, me. Y'all ready?
Wherever they are.
Oh, yeah. So, I guess when you watch this, we're in band camp.
Yep. It all starts.
It's here, guys.
I'm getting too old, man. I'm getting too old.
Whatever, I want to hear.
I'm with you.
You really don't.
You really need a snot.
Nice. Hang it up.
It'll be good to get the crew back together.
This will be the first time we've taught together in
a long time.
Time.
Almost 10 years, I think.
It's been a minute.
11, 10 years, yeah. Yeah, because this will be my 11th year teaching, like, in education.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I had to leave.
The water show was 11 years ago?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, God.
I wasn't in that.
Nah.
Are you talking about y'all two? The last time y'all
me and Ted, yeah. It's been a while. Over a decade.
I guess the last time the three of us had taught together would be Hymns of Life.
Yeah.
That would have been the same time.
Yeah, that wasn't. I guess that makes sense. That was right 11.
Yeah.
Because I think we are at a point now where we've been concert longer than we've had a marching group.
Yeah, me and Zach's last year with Indoor was the last marching group.
Yeah.
You had, I think, yeah. Because all those cats graduated.
Yeah.
It's a big group.
I need to contact
the entire line graduated that year, I'm pretty sure.
Basically, I mean, the numbers dropped in about half. That's all we had to go.
Yeah.
Front off on. It's because we lost so many. But I wish some of those guys were just around and still teaching, man, because I could get on a job like that. Everybody in their mom looking for percussion instructors.
Shoot, man, my feed that's all it's been percussion. So. I always say it's hard. This is why I think it's hard. And then you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I might be going on a tangent here. But I think it's hard to find a well-rounded percussionist for a marching band. Like, find someone that can do drumline and front ensemble. I feel like it's more difficult to find one person. Usually you're having to find two.
You're not going to never find it.
Yeah.
The biggest problem... Go ahead.
I was going to say the breed died out way before I moved.
Yeah.
There was literally only a selective handful of us who could do it. It's like Nick Price, Cedric, me, Calvin, and there was like some other people that had the ability to do it, and anybody else knows it's no shot. But a lot of people were just
One or the
section,
other.
section
Yeah.
oriented. I can do snares, but I don't really do basses, but not really flat stuff like that. Or I'm pretty good with electronics, but I don't know nothing about mallets. There's a
Mhm.
lot of there was a lot of that, and there was not really a market for. The problem is a lot of us wound up spoiling too many groups and realizing, oh, that's possible. There can be one person to do it. Yeah, if it's one of us. And I didn't help the situation because I was teaching everybody and their mama and go everywhere. And there was that, but I foreseen it, and then I trying to recruit a lot of more people and send a lot more people to other groups. But then you had a lot of band directors who just they felt like, well, I don't have the time to try to teach kids how to teach and blah. It's like you ain't got to. And I kept trying to tell you, I was like, y'all gonna regret this because it's going to get worse. You need to allow these kids to be in here, and you got to understand what it's going to be to staff. And I was telling these kids, I was like, hey, be willing to do it for free, be willing to do it for low pay. And a lot of these kids were ready to do that, but then band directors still wouldn't hire folks because they either just didn't have the experience or whatever the reasoning for. And I was like, at some point, you're going to have to take an L. Let that kid be there, grow with your program, and then you're going to wind up having something. Nobody want to listen.
And that's why
Now,
we have so many
and
empty
now
percussion
y'all,
instructor
now everybody
positions.
crying and reaching out to everybody and their mama.
Yeah.
Well, the
I
issue,
can't be getting.
the issue a lot of groups are having right now in this area, in the comments, if you're having similar issues in where you live and all this stuff, is you have to be 21. Districts are making it where you have to be 21 for them to hire you.
And then you're already graduating.
And then so your normal college kids can't do it. And then if you do get a college kid, if your district still is allowing folks under 21 to do it, if your college kids are probably still in marching band, which means your Saturdays are gone, and your rehearsals probably don't line up with the school's rehearsals, so you can't make
Mm-hmm.
the rehearsals. So it's a
Everything's
big.
just gotten worse and worse.
Yeah. So
Right there's things you got to do.
it's from what I could tell, it's a lot easier to find a color guard instructor that's over the age of 21 that can fill that void than it is a percussionist. Because usually your percussion majors are teaching. Like if they're over 21 and they went to school to do music, then they probably got a teaching job somewhere. So it's hard for
That's
them.
true. That's a good point.
It's hard for them to do that, and then they don't want to take on a full time gig because it's not going to pay them nowhere near what they need to get paid to live. um,
This ain't Texas.
Yeah, this is not Texas or California or certain parts of Georgia and Indiana and Ohio. So that's the issue that a lot of people are running into because they'll I have plenty of kids that graduate and can teach them. I mean, I got 2 out there teaching right now that just graduated, but as of right now, those districts don't have that policy where you have to be 21 to teach it. So
It's just
it's a
too
thing.
many things going on.
Yeah,
It's creating these policies. Up here, you got to take a test.
Dude, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that right now. I will go for a long time. That needs to be a separate podcast.
They do because
Mm-mm-mm.
I have already gone through this. I said, "Oh, this is how." Okay, I see how y'all get down. I don't like it, but here we are.
Yeah. So it is what it is. We just try to help as much as we can, and there's a lot of percussion people who are band directors, so we're reaching out and helping as much as we can to do some stuff, but it's slim pickings.
Yeah,
it's slim pickings. So if you live around Kentucky, don't mind driving a little bit or staying at a band director's house for a week or camp or something like that. You can get your band camp gig.
mm-hmm.
You can.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't even know how we got off on that tangent, but it is what it is.
Band camp starts tomorrow.
Band camp starts.
That's why.
When we recorded this.
So, all right, we got some drum corps to digest because,
boy, do we.
Jeez, man,
Mm.
this weekend happened.
It sure did. It did. It was a Saturday.
This weekend happened. I mean, lots of storylines, which is good. We want this, and lots of positional battles and things taking place, and we always got to lay out this disclaimer. We know that they're in different parts by different judges, and you can't really compare numbers, but you can compare numbers, but you can't. So we understand that.
It's Animal Farm, but it's not Animal Farm.
Yeah. But the speculation part of it, you can. Those numbers are in neighborhoods, and you can kind of see the neighborhoods that are starting to pop up. And I mean, we're talking about races all the way down to 25th,
right?
Like I'm not just, I'm not just talking about, your top 3 or 4 or 6 or whatever. No, there are people trying to be in positions to get into semis as well as in the finals, and there's a lot of open class groups. I think when I looked, there were like 4 or 5 open class groups that are sitting in semifinals right now.
Yeah. We were talking about that in our group chat on Saturday. You sent that out.
So,
wow.
So, I'm not gonna read scores. But there was. You can go and you can look. There was 3 big shows that had your top competitors in it, your world class groups on Saturday. So we're gonna kind of just talk about placements with those really quickly, and then just kind of talk about we can talk about shows and stuff like that, but just how start putting some pieces to the puzzle together, try to figure out what do we think is going to happen here. So I'm going to start with DCI Little Rock.
Which was our one to watch.
Which was our one to watch. Picked by our illustrious one to watch picker, Zach Watch. Ladies, he's single. So world class in 7th place Spartans, and remember, Spartans is going to do kind of a flip schedule, a flip tour. So like during starting world class, and then the back half of the tour they're going to be at open class. But they fared well. They had 7th place 72. Genesis is a 6 with a 70.35. So that's super tight. And I agree with that. I think Spartans is right along.
I like Spartans show.
I do too.
Yeah,
I like the aesthetic. Yeah. It looks very good. Music City was 5th. Strong show for those guys. This was my first time seeing those guys, and I really enjoyed it. 74.25 was 5th. Spirit, also strong.
I like that show a lot. I'm going to be honest with you.
Riff Rocket, 75, and just barely beating them was Crossman with a 75.1. So that's a nice little battle to look at. Head-to-head comparison.
Yeah, that's not how I saw that one shaking out.
I didn't either.
No, I ain't either.
Did I have Spirit first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Spirit had them?
Yeah.
I could see that. I think with that gap, they performed the same show on a different day. That could easily flip. So, 10th point, that could have been one judge. So I could see it. I could see it both ways. I could. Then 3rd said that. And then part 2, Carolina Crown was 2nd at that show with 84.3, and then barely beating them out was Phantom with 84.45. So 0.15 difference between them. So right there, you got a battle, Phantom and Crown. You got another battle, Crossman and Spirit. Music City's not trailing too far behind them, and then Genesis and Spartan have a nice little battle. Kind of quick look at the recap. Anything jump out at you guys as far as recaps are concerned with that?
I said it in the chat. Shout out Music City, 3rd and visual.
Yeah, they killed it.
That's gonna be, and I kind of agree with it. It was a very clean palette. very easy to watch. Very easy to watch.
I mean, Spirit third and a couple captions as well.
The visual captions look pretty strong for them, actually. They're third overall visually, beating Crossman and Spirit. So
third and perk 2.
yeah, so music they had a lot of things going. I wonder so I wonder they didn't have a penalty. I mean, it was close.
No.
It had to been pretty sizable gap.
Music analysis.
Yeah, I was say music analysis was pretty big.
And color guard didn't help either.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Get
gotta
it together, Patricia.
gotta get those groups together. But Music City could very, very easily catch, get a hold of Spirit. If they're mean for catch Spirit, to get close to Crossman. So that is not outside the realm of possibilities. Phantom and Crown seem to flip flop a little bit. Crown winning music overall, but Phantom's taking percussion.
They took GE.
Go ahead.
That perk. I'm sorry. I'm not. It's gonna be a little tough for me, but that perk one, I'm not sold on that.
You're gonna have to specify who's on
Crowd and Phantom.
You think it should be flip flopped?
It should be flip flop. I do think it should be close, but it should be flip flop.
I mean, you flip those and you flip the placement overall too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because that part, that would have done it. And I think that should have been, because I really think Crown's content is better. It's more difficult. Now, I think their achievement should have been close enough that it was still got them first in perk, but I think Phantom is achieving their content better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't think their content should be not that high. Not no 8 point. What? Okay.
8.8.
So,
which we can talk about numbers too later on, because one of the biggest things that people are going to be talking about was who had the highest score from yesterday between all three shows, and people got excited. I was like,
sure did.
Yeah. Because I would like, if there's anything extra on the sheet or somewhere that explains this, like, because it's going to be tough to tell me
if it's anything like the WGI sheet. Like on the WGI sheet, they use whole numbers, so everything's a whole number. They don't use decimals until they take percentages. So, like, a point on a WGI sheet is like a tenth on a DCI sheet. So, what they say is, if there is a 1 to 2 point difference, which in this case is a 0.1 to 0.2 difference in a caption, that is a small difference, basically saying on any other day that could be flip-flop.
Yeah, and I think I agree with that, because some of it was, I was wondering, it's like, what percentage of this are they giving to Crown's front? Because I'm starting to think that they're not giving it to them, and they need to.
And that depends on, and that's been the biggest thing about, and I don't want to turn this into a percussion.
No.
But like,
that was a big thing for me.
Well, yeah, because depends on where the judge is. If the judge is out of position to catch something that the front is doing, they won't get credit for it. But it's also, it goes both ways. It really does. If they're in the front, then all of a sudden the batter's playing backfield, you don't hear what they're doing. You can't give them. It's hard to give them credit for it,
because you can make that argument, because that Crown they just never really kind of had that front that you were just like, oh my God, with, right? But this ain't one of them years. You gonna have to pay attention a little bit to it. There's some changes happening down there, and I think it's worth noting. That's why I say I'm okay with this being tight, but this night, that one shook me a little bit. I was like, what? So I don't know.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about what percentage the fronts are getting, I feel like that would have been the edge that should have got Crown to get this win tonight in Perth.
There almost needs to. If you're not going to let the drum guy go on the field, I almost feel like you have to have two per drums.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
One solely for the front, one solely for the battery. And even if you had two and they rotated, somebody always needs to be in front of the front. Somebody always needs to be in front of the back. That it'll never happen.
It won't.
But just to make sure you're catching what they're doing out there. But yeah, super tight. I mean, that Phantom and Crown thing that could go a lot of different ways. When you break it down,
I said they might be flip flopping.
I think there's going to just be a lot of flip flopping. Period. Mm-hmm. Just everywhere,
and it's going to be
great.
Yeah, because there's some years where by now we already know who the top three is going to be, and what position by now. You know, sometimes there's already people slotted.
Yeah. All right, so and we'll have some further discussions about some stuff as we go through. Next, our show, the Cavalcade of Brass in Illinois. We had Madison Scouts 5th with a 76.5, Colts 4th, 78, Troopers 79.65 was 3rd, the Cavaliers breaking 80 with an 81, and Bluecoats win that show with an 86.5. And I like I said, it kind of respect the gaps.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, and we can talk about this a little bit later on, but the way the Cavs started out to where they are now, they took that. I don't think they had like a week off because they really didn't compete that one because of the weather or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they came out last week and just laid down some heavy scores.
Yeah. It is. Go ahead.
I was just going. The thing with Cavs this year is some of the shows that I used to think with cadets, I really wasn't a fan of them, but they are playing the mess out of it.
Yeah,
and I think that's
where
the
I'm
difference with Cavs, because I'm not honestly not a fan of this show, but when I'm watching it, I'm sitting here like, well, god dang, I can't deny they playing it. Like they're playing the mess out of it.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but the scores are making sense because it's like Jesus.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
kind
can't
of where
I
I'm
can't
at with
discredit
a few
them with
groups
that
this year. I'm that way. I'm almost that way with Troopers too.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
There are shows that I enjoy more that I feel like, after watching this show, I mean, I had my little rant in our little group chat and then I just said I'm going to bed because I was mad. But I didn't feel like those placements are right, and that's where you have to put personal preference aside and you have to look at the numbers.
Yep. And it's hard because when you see the show so many times, we turn into kind of, especially doing a podcast like this where we have to watch the shows a lot. So then it's like, okay, I have to watch for and listen for things and some of those things have to be who's clean and who's not right now, who's making me feel something and who's not right now, and we get to enjoy it again at finals week and fangirl out and but when you start kind of looking at some stuff, you're like,
yep.
Cavs seem to be doing fine visually, which I agree with. It's one of their more polished visual products over the past year, and one reason why I think they're scoring as well as they are in effect.
Can we talk about the most underrated? I know I'm not a percussionist, but the most underrated percussion section in DCI right now.
Talking about Troopers?
Yes.
They've been like that for.
If y'all are sleeping on them right now, y'all messed up.
And that's the thing. A lot of people have talked about that, and have even there's another podcast, and they did a series of hot takes, and one of them just like Troopers should have been better than I forgot which group they said. It might have been Cavaliers in one of the years they won it or something. But they're a solid group, and I think now that I sit here and think about it, this pops in my brain. You think because the show this year isn't as bombastic,
Mm-hmm.
that it allows for that percussion writing
A little more tastefulness in it.
to
I believe it.
to be more appreciated, and now you can hear it.
Could
And
be.
I mean, think about what we've
I say-
always said about Crown's percussion. You don't
Yeah.
know what they're doing because the writing this year
brass is-
for Crown, it works. It's working, and the score is showing that. But that might be the thing for Troopers. I mean, they're clean. They're clean, and the book's tough enough.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized their brass beat cavies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't
Yeah.
realize that.
Yep.
Their music analysis, though, was
Yeah,
killed them.
a little bit of a
But-
gap there.
I mean,
But most of it looks like most of the Troopers' problem comes from effect.
GE.
yeah,
Gee.
GE's killing them. Yeah.
So it's a lot of points there. Yeah, when you tie with Colts for GE, you're not helping yourself out with that too much. And Madison's still holding their own. Like, I mean, their percussion
I
stepped
like
up
that
a whole
show.
lot.
It's starting to become one of my top favorites, like top fives. It's just they're just hurting tremendously in G and visual. Their music is keeping them there. I mean, hell, they're fourth in drums here. They beat Colts in drums and brass. So, but that analysis has been an issue too. They've been getting high brass scores, but their analysis scores have been weird.
Yeah, and I can't. That particular show that I watched for them, it was hard for me to like really tell if there was like any musical issues because it was off at an angle, and so we might not.
Oh, that show was weird.
That show was rough.
That show was really weird. Even the multicam was stupid. I was like, how are you going to have all the multicams at the angle? So I was like, let me just go back to high cam.
Look at our top
But even
down
high
angle.
cam wasn't
It is at an angle.
Yeah, the high cam was.
It's like we can't
High cam
perform
was
here
like-
no more.
Their press box was on the
Pylon cam.
35-yard line or something like that. What are y'all
Should
doing?
just did from the back of the field. I mean,
We just rented a cherry picker and wrote it up.
Yeah,
Like, this is where we
just
get
put
it.
it on a drone.
So
Ooh, that would be cool.
that,
Get some drone footage like from NFL games.
I was about to say, hey,
Here in
aren't they
finals.
doing that?
Oh,
In,
nah, some drone get took out by a
I
rifle.
was about to
That'd
say,
be
float
Right,
don't
yeah.
act right.
First toss 8.
Float don't
done.
act right.
it.
They,
Pow.
so
they don't have it in the pit.
can't really. There's not really any battles per se with this particular show.
Sorry.
Y'all like it. I had to
We'll be a
Not
winner,
the-
man.
Not in the front ensemble.
Oh, Jesus.
Mallet in the goddamn propeller.
This would be a thing. But like everybody's kind of in a pod somewhere. I mean, kind of by themselves. If there were other people, you could see their kind of where they're sitting together. But and a lot of people, I heard some folks like, "Oh my God, Cavaliers are that close to blue coats."
What? Shut
What
up.
are you talking about?
You got like 6 other groups you need to put between.
That's what
I'm sorry to tell you that.
That's what I was
You
going to
got
say. I
like
was like,
6 other groups to put
you
between.
have to respect the gap. You have to respect the gap.
Mhm.
They're not gonna put blue coats 10 points ahead of Cavies. They're not gonna do that.
Should.
And they're not gonna have Cavies barely beating Troopers when they're not. Like you have to
Yeah.
respect the
Yeah.
gaps. So it's
And they can't just give them no 89 something
No.
right now, bro.
No.
That'd be ridiculous.
no.
They'd have the whole thing.
That
going
was
crazy.
like Blue Devils a couple years
I
ago.
mean,
They're already popping 90 this close.
It's
We're
like,
like,
bruh,
what are they
we
doing?
and you also gotta think Madison probably caused all of that.
They did.
They popped the set 8, 7,
They
6,
put
5.
76, yeah.
So
That didn't help nothing.
No. So, listen, numbers management is a thing. Like, I know people complain about judges sometimes, but like their job, right order
Is get the
first,
placements right. Yep.
then gap second. They got to get the gap right.
Because if you If you give theoretically Madison a 79, Troopers and Colts have to prove to you they aren't better.
Yeah.
Because you know Blue Coast is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And you not finna bust them a 90? What would that have been? Like 91, 92?
DCI would have blew up.
So come on, man. Yeah.
And I mean, Blue Coats
That first group is tough, man.
do their closer, which I'm sure it's not the real closer, but it's a closer. And apparently it's something.
Wait, didn't somebody say they did their new closer?
Description.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they brought out their closer. Like they did. This is the first time they've done it. They haven't done it before. They would have did it Friday night, but they got rained out. Or stormed out.
I couldn't remember if somebody said they had the new closer or it was Boston that had a new closer.
Boston did too.
Oh, wow.
They both do. Okay,
but we can talk about Boston's because
I haven't seen
it. They say they spell boom.
Oh, really? Okay.
For not saying it. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, no, Zach, what were you gonna say about Blue Coats closer?
They posted on their social media like what it is and like the scientific acoustical description of what they're doing, and it just sounds ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So I ain't heard it, but I'm sure there's
videos, but I refuse to watch them. I want to see it live. I want to see it. Mm-hmm. So
this is one of those shows that there's so many things that we're not going to notice or hear until finals when we see it and hear it in person. Mm-hmm. I feel like that there's so much underneath and syncopation and all kind of, just how they do. We're going to be hearing stuff for the first time on finals.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. All right. And then out west in Cali, the drum corps at the Rose Bowl. You had Seattle Cascades, 69-25, 8th, much improved group. Academy, 7th, 73.25, also a much improved group. They're starting to get that Academy sound back. When they first came out, that brass section was smoking. Man, they were just smoking. So they're starting to get back to that. 6th place was Pacific Crest with 74.55. My first time seeing it, and I enjoy it. It's good. It's good stuff. Blue Knights continue to climb. 5th place, 78.05. 4th place, Mandarins break the 80 mark with an 80.05. 3rd, Santa Clara Vanguard with an 85. 2nd, Blue Devils with an 85.
Come on, Vanguard, bro.
Go ahead and freaking do it. I'm tired of it.
They scared, bro. They scared, bro.
They're scared to give them that number. Thank you. I want Will's on my side because
I ain't scared to say it, bro. You can't.
We'll talk about
why y'all so scared?
And then Boston wins that show with an 86.75.
65 on purpose.
1.5 points over Blue Devils. So they're keeping that gap steady between those two. So if you kind of want to look at the recap, so Vanguard, we'll start with them. Here's the thing, and here's what I've always said about them in the past. The show is stupid hard, and if it ever gets clean.
I mean, if you just look at visual proficiency alone, like that's that right there, man. If they could ever get that number close, it's done. It's over.
I mean,
look at the comp to the achieve.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's the highest out of all of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy
by a long shot. Like
are we close? Like what are we talking about?
So, I mean, you're not catching Boston's guard. I'm just gonna let you know that now.
It's.
But from a visual proficiency and analysis standpoint, judges thought, both those judges thought they had the hardest show, but leaving a lot of lettuce on the table. Which I'm still trying to figure that out.
I just noticed that Boston was third in content,
Yeah.
and their achievement score was higher than their
Mm-hmm.
the
In
competition
both.
in content.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Boston, what you gonna do?
Quit running around and playing with them poles for 35 minutes.
Well, I
And
mean,
then
but
You
here's the
shouldn't
thing:
be.
they don't have to
Shouldn't
do.
be.
Do they have to do anything?
No, I mean they're
still
smacking
winning.
them and everyone else and
Right.
everything else. And it's really just going to come down to if whatever I want to watch is going to be. I'm sure Zach's going to pick a pleasant show, but whenever it comes down to when Coach and Boston together, that's going to be a real like. Does Boston have enough to beat Coach, or are they going to have to pull something else out too? Because right there,
But what?
to me, I'm like, okay, if they come out and
A bomb.
Coach,
Oh my
Like
god!
you literally gonna have to drop Nuke on the field or something.
They're going to
Because
do Chernobyl Part
because
2.
you are 0.4 from your comp in visual analysis, which means you are overdoing.
overachieving, literally
you are
is what is happening.
so achieving what you have.
Which I think it's funny,
What can you do?
and we've talked about this, and I think we always mention it from a musical standpoint, but never really from a visual standpoint. Because when you hear people talk about Boston, they're like, "Oh my gosh, they are running and gunning," and I agree, they are in the opener.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
watch it.
It calms down a little bit, and they still do have some drill moves, but but I think the sophistication of some of that stuff that Vanguard is doing, Blue Devils is just polished. If anybody has a chance to take first in visual easily,
Mhm.
it would be them because it's just a polished product. But if I need to now look at Vanguard from a visual standpoint and be like, okay, where's the difficulty coming from? Because I do think it's hard, but I think it's hard in a different way from where Boston is. And so for two judges, and in the other show that was like that, because I know Chris, you was just like, I don't think they have enough, and I'm just like, the recap saying otherwise, and that's why I said that.
Yeah,
is because the content scores are super high. So I need to figure out like if there's some hidden stuff that I'm missing, that just ain't clean yet. Or what.
I was to say, from watching this, I just think they move a lot. It like I said, it reminds me of those early 2000s, not to the same insanity,
Yeah, but
but
no,
like I mean, it's got that feel to it. So I think that's where you're getting those gaps. Is that it's so hard that when you got intervals like they do, man, it's so easy just to pick it apart. I think that's what's happening right now.
Yep.
So that's also another thing. I'm like, well, then what do you do to that? Do you stretch that out a little bit, or do you keep it the way it is? That's where you gotta start thinking.
No, you can't spread that out.
They ain't got enough time to do that.
Nah. You just gotta clean it.
They need a whole nother month.
You just gotta clean it. That's just reps on reps on reps. And not even
that's insane what they're doing though.
Yeah,
because there's a move where they're going backwards into that space,
mm-hmm.
and I'm saying, and they're torching their body to the left while going, and I'm like, bro, that's no way.
And
I'd be fearful every single rep.
They're doing the same thing in GE. That's scary.
Yep,
that is super scary. Like, so if it ever cleans, and that's how you know the judges are looking at it like what it is. They're seeing like, man, this is hard. I wish it was cleaner. Like, I can't give you the credit that I want to because it's not as clean as some other stuff that I've seen. But man, if you do, if you do, I did from a music standpoint, just kind of looking at those three together. I think you look at Blue Devil's brass book. Third in content, but it's clean. Third in analysis, but it's clean. Yeah. So it is literally a matter of, can Vanguard clean up? And if they can clean up, they might can get a medal. Perks interesting with those two, with Boston and Santa. Content 0.2 over SCV. See, here's the
I
thing.
wonder if they're having bad runs.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that book's hard.
Because if anybody is really true to this, and not just gassing up Boston, if you compare the book, if you look at both, if you give respect to both sides of the book, Vanguard is almost playing equal difficulty in that battery alone, and as fast as they are.
Yeah.
And it is very hard in a sense to say who is actually doing the hardest.
Yeah.
Go look. Go try to compare it.
It's just,
and this for anybody listening, really look at it.
There are
and then try to do the same with the front, and it's not going to be comparable in the front.
Yeah. When you have these arrangements for brass and percussion, like there's vocabulary that they like. Well, guard too. You can look at guard too. There's vocabulary that they like to write that they know their kids can do, and it's a matter of what vocabulary do you think is more difficult to achieve at some point. And there are some, and honestly, I think the Sanford's going to come down to who is judging each night.
True.
I really think the Sanford's going to come down to who's judging those 3 nights, because there are going to be some that lean towards what Vanguard does, and there are going to be some that lean more towards Boston does. And it's just going to be who's judging and where they sit and when things are happening. That's going to be a battle all year. I'm here for it. Here for it. So yeah, so those 3. Whew, Jesus, Lord have mercy.
And I would not be mad if Mandarins kept their name in that book. That book is fun, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mandarins.
It's got some tasteful stuff in it.
Mandarins is a different group this year, man. Well,
5th or 6th.
I
would like for them to be 5th or 6th.
In drums or raw?
Yes. Perk. Just perk.
Okay.
Just on perk. That would be cool.
I mean, it can be 5th or 6th overall, period.
They could that.
We talk about that in a second, too. We don't talk about it. So Mandarins at this show kind of separated themselves from Blue Knights. Blue Knights kind of separated themselves from Pacific Crest, and then you got Academy and Seattle down there. So not a whole lot of big things down there. Looks like Pacific Crest has a pretty good guard. Finishing 5th. Academy's visual analysis looking pretty decent. So like,
it make you wonder what does Seattle need to do?
I think the talent pool is killing them. I really.
Let's be real. I'm not 100% fan of the show either, but at the same time,
it's better than last year.
I mean,
I'll give it that. But I still. Is this a clean house moment? Because right now, you're telling me you're not better than Spartans, who's about to go back to open.
That's
what I'm about to say. Can you go back?
I don't think you can get relegated for performance. I think if you're like not running the core of the world class organization from a business standpoint, I think that's more likely to get you relegated than it would be just from us.
Can they choose to go down?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they could.
Because think about it. Because after this, does the Spartan become world now?
After this year, I believe. If they check all the boxes that they need to check, then I think next year they'll be.
Because it seems like they're on their way to that.
Well, they're in the process.
Okay.
Like this is like a trial year, so that's why they're spending half of it in world and half of it in open.
So yeah, next year, listen.
Which is there not? I thought about this when I saw them yesterday because they look freaking huge. Is there not like a numbers thing for open class? Is it the same as world?
I mean, I would imagine so if they're going to be competing at finals.
I mean, but if you're talking about Seattle, you're only a point ahead of gold right now.
Which is this is why I asked. It's like what needs to happen?
Fold.
Jeez, Zach. God.
Like, God dang, Zach, I'm trying to get them better.
I don't know. I mean,
just end it.
Ain't no fixing that, boy. Just go on.
God dang, the whole city just start crying. I mean,
here's the thing, because
I don't like driving there, but I'm just saying
because there's improvement. I've been trying to tell you that since you've been up there. Anyway, because there's been improvement.
It's terrible.
I don't think. I just really think that the talent pool is just not there. I think anybody that's really serious about drum corps
gonna go to California.
It's gonna just drive to California or fly to California. Because I mean, there's not even Oregon Crusaders up in that area anymore.
Yeah,
and Oregon Crusaders was not bad either. I mean, they won open class once or twice, and then went to world as well. I just think that area it's hard to foster drum corps, just like in Kentucky. Like we had a corps for a long time, but like when the world has gotten smaller, there's no big deal to drive 4 hours to Indiana or Illinois or 8 hours to Chicago or now an hour if you live in Bowling Green to Nashville or 8 hours to Carolina or 5 to Atlanta. So you see what I'm saying? Like people aren't afraid.
Maybe they need to tap into the Canada pool.
I mean,
is there a Canada pool? Is marching band a thing in Canada? I mean, we got the Calgary Stampede.
Yeah.
I don't think they're talking enough about it. I don't think it's advertised enough.
Well,
you don't.
I mean, let me ask you this: is marching band just a big thing in Seattle? I mean, in Washington, period.
No, and I've said this before. Nowhere close to the South.
See what I'm saying?
Or anybody in that area. The competitive aspect of it is nowhere near. Because, like I said, I mean, you got most bands will do a show, but it's like pet band stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the fun of it. Some will put a lot of effort into their shows. They'll go the extra mile. Some are a part of this. Some will stick their foot in BOA.
Yeah.
But I don't think when you're speaking majority, it ain't rocking like that. It don't feel like. So, and that could be part of the issue, like you're talking about.
So,
because a lot of them will go to Colombians before. I mean, hell, Colombians got people from Texas in the group.
See, so it's one of those like it's not. I don't think it's this. I just think it's the area. There's just not. If it's not pushed, if band directors aren't showing their kids what DCI is, if there's not a DCI show up there,
there's.
They did better this year. There's like 3 when there. Yeah, so there's 3.
So, yeah,
but they're just. I don't think they're filling out, and they're so far. Some of them, it's like. I'm not driving to the Tri-Cities to see the show, man.
Yeah. So
it's like, man,
you gotta pull them somehow. So I think that's their.
I just don't want it to fold. I think that's from my head was it's like, man, you want to see stuff thrive. You don't want to, and I say this to y'all all the time. Like when WGI gets up here, it's like I feel so bad about the sole regional they have here that's in Oregon. That's a sad show. It's like, God, who's going to it? Nobody. But it's holding on for a thin thread. So it's one of those things. It's like, man, you just don't want to see something die because the more we lose, it's like the less opportunities for folks.
They must be doing okay from a business standpoint. Like I
it's
said,
still here.
It looks better. So I don't think it's gonna die. Now,
no.
Ever be competitive? Yeah.
That's where I'm looking.
Yeah.
I want it to be competitive. Yeah. Like it's like how Pacific Crest is trying to push up.
You're gonna have to get you're gonna have to get people out there that want to teach it. People out there that wants to make it better.
Yeah.
Seattle Cascades, 270
I have told you
719.
You're gonna have to reach out to them, probably. They're not watching this podcast. I don't think.
Everybody
It'd be
tag 'em.
crazy. if
I'd
they
be
would.
interested to know where some of our listeners are from.
I did too. You might catch one on the slip
Yeah,
side one day.
I know we got old boys from Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got dude from Utah, so we'll
A
be out
couple of
with you.
Kentucky folks that we talk to frequently.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. we already said our half our subscribers are our friends. So.
I mean, we did do pretty good when we did Camiac for WJ.
Yeah.
Those
So
kids showed out, so that was pretty cool.
So we did. We might have some Seattle folks up there.
We might.
Seattle, stand up, man, in the comments. Or Washington, or PNW in general.
Just in general.
Stand up.
Yeah.
The Northwest, please.
Yeah, rep your area in the comments, everybody. You got to tell us like your address, and then we're like, man, it's like I'm in a dirty. We're like, all right, man.
We know where that is.
270.
Let's see.
So we know what it is. All right, so let's talk about some storylines real quick. Which I mean, they're good, so I don't know if it'll be quick. You stop that. All right, so
Everybody's going after everybody else, and we don't know what's going to happen. There you go.
Basically, if we go by raw score, I'm gonna try to group these together a little bit.
Drum Rank has it done for us.
Oh, you want to go by drum rank?
The people at Drum Rank have collectively compiled.
I say DCI did that pretty decent.
Yeah, DCI does the last three average, which is not wrong with it. But I know their website.
If you go by DCIs, it's a much different story than if you go by raw score. I'm just gonna let you know that.
So what do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to go by DCIs?
Sure, it makes it more interesting.
Okay. All right. When somebody talk, well, I'll find it.
Oh, I have it already pulled up. So
Well, go ahead. You can start. You can do the discussion.
oh, all right. I'll start from the bottom there. So at this point right now, you got Seattle at 18th. Around there, their average is a 67. Then after that, you kind of have a little pod of like Genesis and Academy. Not really, because Genesis is kind of on the island. Academy's there. It's in at 16th, and then you kind of have like this like smorgasbord of like maybe like I would say.
Hey, can I stop you?
Yeah.
The one that I'm looking at, doesn't have blue coats on it.
It doesn't.
They haven't had 3 scores.
They don't have 3 scores?
They've had 3. They haven't been scored 3 times yet because they got rained out.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Well, never mind. Let's go to overall then.
So, because I was just like 18. That's not right.
And Pacific Crest isn't on there either because they haven't.
So, that's all good. I mean, theirs is a good one because it does average the last 3. So that's good. So I'll pop over. I will do the drum rank one, but I do kind of want to talk about because there's some open class groups that are sitting in semifinals right now.
Yeah.
So I do kind of want to mention that. So if you look at just world class, and all of these are from their latest score. So most of these folks went out on the 12th. I think Blue Stars is the only group that didn't. And their last score is from the 9th. So kind of in a group together, you have 19, 20, 21. You have Genesis, Spartans, and Cascades. And they are kind of fighting, even though they take the top 25, they are still kind of fighting for a semifinal spot because there's some open groups that are sitting above them.
How many they take semis?
25.
25.
It used to be 21.
Right.
Also, by the way, quick shout out. I was shout out last week, but Memphis Blues are doing really well right now. Mm-hmm. If you haven't caught their show, they were at Little Rock, and it wasn't bad, man. I enjoyed it. They're sitting 3rd right now overall in open class. So that's year 2 of their affiliate program, which is pretty awesome.
Looks like Academy's kind of sitting on the island just a little bit. But then you have next at 17, 16, 15, 14. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 17 through 14. You got Pacific Crest, Music City, Spirit of Atlanta, and Crossman, all set between a 74-5 and a 75-1. So that's a nice little battle there. Then your battle for 12. Madison looks with a point and a half out of final, sitting 13th. Colts would be your 12th group in, but they're in a little battle. I would say 12, 11, 10, and 9. Probably really got a little bit of a battle going on. So Colts 12, Blue Knights 11. Blue starts 10th, but they haven't gone out since the 9th. So scores have probably project them. You could probably project them in the 80s.
I'd say they're more 7, 8, 9 range than they are 10, 11, 12.
So with that, if we're thinking that way, you could probably lump them in with cavies and maybe even mandarins.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something right there. With that, so Mandarins right now, Mandarins 7, Cavaliers 8, Troopers 9, Blue Stars 10, Blue Knights 11. Man, that's a
dude. I'm telling you,
that bottom half,
dude.
Yeah,
that and Blue Knights coming out and doing what they're doing.
They the monkey wrench.
Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
messed everything up. They came out, they finally found their mojo this year, and it's a good show, man. You can't deny it.
So, have you seen it?
In all out reality,
The
1
Blue
through
Knights
12.
Oh, you said Blue Knights. I thought you.
Yeah, not Blue Stars.
No.
I haven't seen the Blue Stars yet. No, but Blue Knights. They're the ones that were outside looking in last year.
Mm-hmm.
But in all out reality, this as sitting now 1 through 12 is literally finals.
Yeah.
And I guarantee at this point, that ain't changing.
You don't see a change? You don't think Madison got enough in the gas tank?
Nope. They're not going to catch them. And they're not going to let them catch Colts. And I guarantee you they won't. And it's going to take something absolutely drastic for them to push Colts or Blue Knights. Like Colts or Blue Knights, they could probably flip-flop. But that 12th spot is going to go to one of them. And that leaves Madison out. And just by previous years, that 12 is probably just going to rotate itself within itself.
Yeah.
So 13 down right now is like who can finish the season the highest, Madison or Crossman?
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say seeing Scout show and then seeing Crossman show and Spirit. I think Scouts between those like 4, 5, 13, 14, 15, 16, they have the most polished product.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's another step. Like Blue Knights are like almost Blue Knights of old, and it just hits different. I think
that's what I was going to say. Is that you know, Blue Knights left the door open when they kind of had that fall, and so like you got Troopers and Colts in there, and since they've done that, they've elevated themselves enough to where like they've got the talent, they've got the design, and so like for Madison, you know, they got in last year, which was awesome. But I think they're still on the up and up. You know what I mean? Like Colts, I don't see you like where Colts are now. Like that's just like you listen to them, you're like, okay, that's a top 12 group, or that's a top 12 design, and they kind of establish themselves in finals. I think Scouts, you know, in a couple of years they're going to be fighting for that spot again. You know, but I
don't think a couple of years. I think they're in
I
the
think
right
it was
direction.
last year.
I guess
I mean,
trending wise, I guess is what I mean.
They fixed what they needed to fix, which was that percussion section, and the brass actually stepped up too because their brass is competitive. So like it's just now okay. We got this, but I wonder if it's like the leaking boat. You plug one hole, but then here comes another one. With them because like I really like how Madison sounds. I really enjoy their sound. But if you compare it to Colts has what appears to be more of a polished product out there. Even though I think Madison plays better.
It would, for me, you're talking about probably hundreds, tenths of a point or whatever. I don't know, but it would take Colts to plateau and for Madison to figure out the bottom end of their score sheet. If they figured out GE and visual, and coach for some reason just didn't seem like they had another level to go,
I think
Madison could probably like point something and sneak in. But I don't think it's the problem. My problem with it is I don't even think that could even happen. Right
I
now.
think it might could. I think Blue Knights might could plateau.
You think it would be Blue Knights instead? Because
I
I
think
think Coach can beat Blue Knights.
If you're looking at one of those two, I think there's more to be done to the Colts show than there is for the Blue Knights.
Blue Knights just play too well, man. I like their brass is good.
They play really well.
I'm not saying they're not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about if somebody's going to lose steam and kind of hit the wall, I think it's if you're talking about between Blue Knights and Colts.
I mean, because I said Colts because they're just sitting 12th right now, so I use them as the example.
Yeah,
but I mean, you're right.
If you look at those three, I don't know where Blue Coat show could go from. I mean, Blue Knight show could go from here. I don't know what else they can do to that show, and part of it is are the judges getting drip out of it? That's where I think they could slow down and maybe plateau early. Coach has to refine. They have a product, but I think from a musical standpoint, and maybe a little bit from a visual standpoint, execution-wise, they need to refine. But the GE factor's there. Madison's playing their tails off, but I don't think you get their concept either. I was just like, I'm guessing the steel cage things are DNA strands.
I think so. So,
but like besides that, I don't know where that concept.
I mean, that's why they hurting in GE.
So I think that's whoever figures that out will probably that's how they'll finish 11, 12, 13. I think Madison is closer to those two than a point and a half, if I'm going to be honest.
And it's going to take that. Yeah, it's going to take it. I think, if anything, I don't want them to lose steam. I'm always going to push for them. And like they say, man, leave it on field. Yeah. Whatever y'all got in the tank, throw it at them.
I can see Troopers falling behind Blue Stars too.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I think Blue Stars is closer to Cavies anyway.
Yeah. Then I think Cavies will sit where they are. I think Mandarins. I need to see those two head to head, but I think Mandarins.
I don't think Cavies can get Mandarins. I like Mandarin show, man.
I do too. I think it's better than Cavies, if I'm being honest. I like Cavies show a lot better this year than I have in the past. I think Mandarins is on that island. I think they're on 7 islands.
Kind of where they were last year too. Like you're kind of just better than the bottom group, but not as good as the top.
Yeah.
Stuck in the middle.
So, with that being said,
and now,
okay.
Can we just say it's wild that Crown could be 6th this year? Like,
something tells me that little bit is going to get them 5th at finals.
I mean, I can see
by
it.
Point something.
I can see
especially if they stay like this the entire season or the entire rest of the season. It's going to be just that little thing. It's kind of like how out of nowhere SCV won Perk. That was enough. There it is. And that finals, when it matters, that's what's going to happen.
As Zach put it so eloquently,
if I have a new bold prediction because my massive one is dead. I'm sorry. I'm not going to give up on you, Scouts.
What was your man? What was it?
Scouts still made finals.
Oh, yeah. They might still make finals.
My bold prediction is dead.
Yours was Pacific Crest was going to make finals, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
I had faith.
Mine's probably not going to happen. So, Chris, yours still may be alive.
Mine's alive and well. That's what needs to happen. I need the judges to stop being scared. Do it.
But that Phantom and Crown, that's
That's literally going to come down to who sneezed on the field
Yeah.
and who didn't sneeze on the field. Like that's what's going to be. I think from here on out, like I could see them flip flopping.
Because I'm trying to figure out what
Phantom
can do.
It's hard to know what they can do or should do because
y'all gonna put out some new bed sheets. What do we like?
Gonna get some down comforters or something?
Now
are they gonna change colors in the middle of the show? What is it?
Here's the thing that if it could happen, and I really don't want it to happen, but it could because they hadn't seen each other head to head yet. Vanguard finishes 5th or 6th.
Why would you say that?
Because Phantom and Crown might be cleaner.
You said, "Oh well."
I'll give you that. I can see that. I can see that. That definitely could happen.
Vanguard, man, y'all need look. Free day, take it out. Laundry day, take it out.
Listen, we don't need to be walking around stinking.
No, funk, nasty, all of that.
That'll open up there.
Musty armpits and everything. Everybody get out there.
Why is everybody 8-step interval?
Why you guys end zone to end zone? I don't understand.
They try to direct from the parking lot.
You think it's too you think Vanguard's too abstract?
But that's the point of the show.
Yeah,
exactly.
Vanguard. No, I really just
it's
know
just not clean enough.
It's not clean.
It's just not clean enough.
I
don't want to say that, but you might be right.
I don't want to say it either, but because if you say that, you can also say the same thing about Blue Devils.
God dang. God dang.
We have only seen Bleedy.
Plot twist. BD is 6th this year.
Dude, do you know how...
Like next year might get canceled.
Shut it down.
Literally no DCI next year.
Now, do I think it's going to happen? No, but Vanguard's close.
I just think when I and this is just my opinion.
That's my opinion.
But when I listen to Crown, Phantom, and Vanguard, for me, Vanguard just it just sounds so aggressive, which is what I like. The drill is violent and has tons of velocity, which is what I like. I think, like, for me, I really hope that they can get it cleaned up because that show deserves to have a medal, I think.
It's tough.
It's a good show.
Like, but also I can see it falling to 6th place because it's not clean enough. You know, like they literally could have a medal or they could be 6th. You know, like
it's just crazy.
Because Crown is moving and that drill was clean, man. They hitting them forms, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting there looking. I was like, bro, this is really clean visually.
Now I will say this: I think the only show that can beat BD is Vanguard's. For me.
Wait, what?
I said the only one that can beat BD is Vanguard. Like I don't think Phantom and Crown.
Out of those guys, I was like, wait.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I should have said that differently, I guess, but
I know
like, yeah.
Interesting. Is that me?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I don't even know who that. Anyway, somebody fell off the bat. So yeah, man, this weekend is gonna say a lot. It's gonna say a lot. Because
it's either gonna clear up things or make it even more muddy than it already is.
I think it's gonna be a ladder of the two, man.
We're gonna walk back and like they're gonna be a 4-way tie for 3rd. And I'm like, well,
right?
What is we doing? I don't.
Like somebody's color guard's gonna get them a medal.
Seriously.
Speaking of that, yeah, like.
But seriously, because I mean, BD's guard, Vanguard's drumline, you know, Crown's brass, or maybe it's Phantom's brass. I don't know. It's Boston and blue the numbers right now, since if they use the last score, Boston actually scored higher than Blue Coats. But if you go by my respect the gap comment that I've made a lot today, Boston had BD and Vanguard at their shows.
They had a way harder comp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their comp is way up there. Yep.
So with that, I think numbers were pushed up a little bit. Not saying they weren't deserved, but like if you start, I forgot who else was all at that show that they were at. Whoever that goes. Cascades. If you put Blue Knights at a 78, you still got your top 4 or 5 cores to go. Who are on fire.
I think we talked about last week. I think between those two, it's just going to come down to preference of what you like GE wise.
Yeah,
I think that's really what it's going to be. I think everything else is pretty close to one another, but GE is going to be the deciding factor.
But Boston will beat Blue and Perk, I would assume.
Yeah.
And in guard. See, that's the thing about Blue Coats. It's like subcaptions.
Mm-hmm.
Like they might be ones that win and not win a caption, except for GE. They'll win. They could win GE. I think that's what happened last year.
You could be right.
Well, they might have took a few other captions, but I know they took GE. I'll have to look, but it'll be real interesting to see how they kind of perk up. They're going to be, who's going to be at Broken Arrow with them? Tuesday. Well, yesterday by this.
Broken Arrow, Blue Devils, Boston, Crown
and Phantom.
No, Blue Devils.
Phantom, SCV.
Coats, it's.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah. At Broken Arrow, it's Phantom, Crown, and Blue Coats are the
big three.
Big three.
So it's going to be how do they compare? How does going to have them compared to each other?
If it's anything higher than 2.5 points,
you're giving them a lot. You're giving them a lot. See, I think they're on the Phantom.
Maybe 2 points.
I think. Well, I was going to go the other way. I was going to say if it's not more than a point or a point and a half, Boston might be in really good shape.
Yeah,
they're going to have to thump Phantom. They're going to have to thump Phantom and Crown. They're going to have to thump them.
That's where my 2.5.
No, Blue Coats won. Blue Coats got almost every caption last year.
Oh, did he? Okay. Which last year it does make sense. This year, who knows?
All I know is that I would not want to be a judge on Saturday because it's.
Lord no.
Do we have a performance order yet either?
For
Saturday?
Southwest?
Yeah.
They should. Yes, they do. You want to know? No, they don't. I lied.
I bet they have to wait for Coach to get that Broken Arrow show or something.
It's usually posted a week before.
But they don't have a slot for them. You know what I mean? Like they don't have enough scores. Well, I mean, I know they have slots for them. I'm just saying
they're going to be in that top 3.
You gotta be fair. You gotta be balanced with that.
But yeah, normally that would have been posted. It'll be posted by the time this is released. Mm-hmm. But
is it sad? I'm going to say this. I've been a lot of absolutes here for me, but I don't care as much about the 1-2 spot that I do about the 3, 4, 5 spots.
I can get
this
that.
year. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's a way bigger storyline to me.
It's been doing that for like a couple years now. The spots underneath the top 3 have been way more interesting and more questionable than anything.
Especially there for a while because it was always well, we know who's going to win, so let's see what else happens.
Yeah,
Whereas this, they're only for the gold medal, it's like, is Boston finally going to do it? That's about it.
Yeah.
And nobody will care if either one of those two win this year. Like, you know, and ESPN's like, oh, I don't, can he, I think everybody's like, you know what? He'd really like Boston to win, but if Blue Coats wins it again with this show, it'll be okay.
Well, I almost think like if BD, the big storyline is BD doesn't medal. My God, like that's the first time in
Ever?
Yes.
what? Yeah, like I mean,
end. I think I don't.
Like that.
The
that right there.
storyline for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th is that is by far the thing to look out for.
Yeah.
Is how is that going to all turn out? And it's and all we're going to do at San Antonio and maybe the shows before that, because I know a couple of them will go head to head at those 2 Texas shows the night before. Yeah, at Houston you have BD, Blue Coats, and Crown and Phantom head to head, and then at Denton the night before you have Blue Coats, Boston, and Crown, and Vanguard. So, you know, it's
the last time BD wasn't in the top 3 was 2005.
Oh,
there we go. So 20 years.
Oh, that was the Dance Derby show, I think.
Yes.
That.
And the last time they were not in the top 4 was 91.
I don't know what that was. I didn't know what drum corps was.
They probably called it like a concert, and they just picked random pieces of music and went out there and did it with white ladders.
So yes, for that to get canceled. So yeah, that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th battle is going to be something. I think 8, 9, 10, 11. It's going to be a battle.
All of it.
And then watch out for these groups. Blue Devils would be sitting behind Blue Devils B would be sitting behind Pacific Crest right now.
Mm-hmm.
Gold would be in semis. Memphis Blues would be in semis, and I believe Impulse would be in semis. So, which, I mean, they're going to make some open class groups are going to make semis because there's only 21 groups, but like placing decently well, being competitive against some of these groups says a lot for what's happening with drum corps. But like, man, just kind of looking through these names, man, there's only one show that I just was upset about. It was like, ugh. Just one. And it's just the way they treated one of my favorite songs of all time. I didn't like it.
I knew it.
I didn't like it. So you didn't. That's why you
Was it Pat Metheny?
No.
No.
You ruined my favorite song. One of my favorite songs. I didn't even ruin it, but it was, I didn't care for it.
Well, they did it, and then they did the Ariana Grande ripoff of that song also.
Well, that didn't even bother me. That sounded more like what the song is, and you don't get me started. I'm not gonna.
I was like, we're already at an hour and 18 minutes. We need to chop it.
Call them out.
So, well, I've given 2 big hints, and so if anybody knows that song,
yeah,
I haven't seen whatever show this is.
I'll tell you. Zach, want to watch?
The big one.
All right.
Our one to watch is going to occur on Saturday, the 19th, and that is the DCI, I believe, the Southwestern Championship.
Watch party? Question mark.
Question mark. It might happen. You might can do it.
Southwestern Championship, where everybody and their mama will be there.
Everybody.
and we will not have a better picture of what placements will be. It will be even worse. And we'll be back next week's episode, and we'll all be just as confused as we were before.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a picture. But
it'll be a picture.
It'll be the first
right.
time they all go head to head, so we can.
It'll be a Rembrandt. It won't be anything amazing.
It'll be like if we gave Chris's youngest child a bunch of crayons and said,
Yes.
"Here,
draw this." So yeah, it's a big week for core. I hope you're still watching.
Yes.
Or been to a show. I mean, if you're in Texas, please wear a hat and sunscreen. Because Lord have mercy. If it's been hot here, it's probably been.
That's what I'm saying.
Good thing is this show is in a dome.
It is in a dome.
Is this UTSA, right? That's where they have this at?
Yes, in the Alamo Dome, where it is $35 a vehicle to park.
Jesus.
That's insane. That's Disney World prices, man. What are you doing?
$75 for a bus.
At least that's got like 50 people. Yeah. Let us know what you think about the season so far. Who's your favorite core? Are you excited to see? What do you think? How you think he's going to finish? Maybe put your top 12 for San Antonio in the comments below and see what you think. I'll be sure to post mine in there so you have some comparatives to do and see how wrong I am.
Right.
But yeah, let us know what you think down there. Still striving for that big old 500 so we can get you a shirt or hat or cargo pants. I don't know.
Scarf.
Ooh, that might be good.
An ascot. And I ain't start ascot.
That might be
Bolo tie. How about that?
That might be fire. Anyway, you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. Fellas, any other things before we head off here? I know these fellas got to go to bed because they got to teach
band camp is starting.
In the morning.
If you are a person that has band camp, make sure you
drink water.
Plenty of milk.
Water.
Okay,
jeans.
I'm gonna mute Will.
What?
Whole milk.
As Allie would say, drink today for your hydration tomorrow.
Yes.
Sweatpants.
Black
Sandals.
everything.
Toboggan.
Black on black.
Don't
do that. Don't do that.
See, you gonna have some. The guys on the podcast said we should do this, and I did, and then I passed it. I'm like, no.
I'm glad you listen, but not this time.
Not this. Third, we'll let you know when it's important. But for real though, everybody out there teaching band camp or being in band camp, make sure you take care of yourselves. Get a hat, have plenty of water, sunscreen. If you're black or not, wear sunscreen. Melanin you can only take it so far.
Black people
weird,
do
which
peel.
is a weird thing to say.
We do.
We do.
Don't act like you don't.
We do.
Oh man.
I did.
You know, those tans are cute, but not until you get melanoma. So take care of yourselves out there, staff and students, everybody out there.
Yes.
So, and if you live near a high school, take them some popsicles.
Yeah.
Take them some popsicles. They'll appreciate you.
For
Or
sure.
buy them Kona Ice.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody has Kona Ice, but
or
sure.
shaved ice.
Shaved Ice, Pelicans, whatever. Something cool and
Refreshing.
sweet.
We got popsicle on tour once in Madison. That's
Hey.
cool.
Only once though.
Only
I was more than once, but
That was it. You get it one time.
That's it.
No, they done it more than once.
That was our expense budget. Was one popsicle.
One popsicle. And the section had to share.
Yep. they held it up and let it drip down. They're like that.
All right, I don't know.
We were all men then. No.
Yeah, for Zach, Chris, my name is Sid. It's been another episode of Over Back, guys. Make sure you go check the show, do all that other stuff. We out of here. We are Dutch.
Out.
Out.
Vanguard.